Yeah, so the build we're making is a Flameblast Decay build. We're using the Occultist here for an additional curse, minus chaos resistance, and then extra energy shield. And since we're not relying on leech or anything like that, energy shield is going to be pretty decent here. The skill we're using is, the main setup is Flameblast, just a level 1 because we're not doing it for the Flameblast damage, we're doing it for the way it's going to scale Decay. So if we take a look at Flameblast in the beta right now, it deals 110% more damage for each stage, whereas before it was 110 more spell damage for each stage. So it's going to be able to scale the Decay. Now unfortunately in Path of Building we can't see the effect it has on the stages here. This only shows for Flameblast, not for the actual Decay damage. But the Decay DPS, without being scaled up by the Flameblast, has 55,282 DPS at the time. When you then scale that up, it will have around, I think it was 660,000 DPS, Chaos DPS. And our setup here is Decay, obviously, Void Manipulation, Rapid Decay, Efficacy, and Faster Casting. You could use Less Duration too, I think. Let's see. Less Duration, does it add more damage? Not that we can see here, but it may work. But Faster Casting, I think, is going to be the thing that feels the best here. And so the way we scale this in the tree is that we are having, since this is a damage over time build and chaos, what we want to pick up is damage over time nodes and chaos nodes. So we go up towards corruption, pick this wheel up here. We get area of effect, that's nice too, obviously, but that's mostly just for the feel and playing around with Flameblast, because too little area of effect is going to, well, not feel great. We're getting a bit of that down here too by the science, some cast speed to make it feel better. We're scaling it via atrophy up here, chaos damage, via growth and decay for damage over time, and entropy down here. Then we go into the chaos start and do the physical chaos nodes, and then method to the madness. And we also decided to pick up charisma, and that's so that we can run this setup here. Discipline, blasphemy, you'll probably use enfeeble here, and then Arctic armor for some defense. If you don't want to use Arctic armor, you can simply well, take that out and instead remove the reduced mana you would otherwise want to use to be able to sustain it properly. And that would mean you could spec out of charisma and save the 4 points. But yeah. And it is, as I said, an energy shield build, because we don't have to rely on leech. We're not gimped by that type of gameplay as you were before, where leech was insane with energy shield. Here we simply just want to rely on the energy shield pool and regen, and this has 8,000 energy shield at the current time. It can get more with good gear. This is just like some decent gear. Also picking up Essence Search up here, so we start the energy shield recharge faster. And the items we're using is, we're dual wielding 2 Breath of the Councils. If you wanted to be more safe, you could just have 1 Breath of the Council and then a really good energy shield, and you could probably get to, well, 10,000, 11,000 energy shield. But Breath of the Council is nice in the sense that it gives 10% increased area of effect, and when we have 2 of them, it obviously doubles. And then we get 80% increased chaos damage, which is pretty significant for the Decay DPS. Then just rare helmet, armor, gloves and boots, and then some rare rings and belt too. But on the rings we're putting the Envy mod on, so that we get increased chaos damage. For Flask we're using Witchfire Brew, and as the Occultist we can run 2 curses, so Enfeeble plus the Witchfire Brew, it's a huge DPS boost, you guys can see here. And then Sorrow of the Divine for more damage, and the other flasks are just whatever you would like. And that's pretty much the build setup right now, and there's probably some things once we try it out that will change. This is like a work in progress type of thing. This is purely theory crafting. They may also completely change the fact that you can scale the decay via Flameblast that way. If they do that, then it's not going to work at all. But if it keeps being possible to scale it that way, then we're looking at some pretty significant chaos damage over time here with Decay, with not too much investment. You can also do this as live-based, of course. So I think that's I think this can work unless they change the Flameblast thing. Unless they change it, then this could actually be pretty sick.